I guess my question was more so like, would you date an only girl in this scenario?
No, I can make my own money. I'm good.
I think it depends what type of content you post, too.
Why does that matter?
I'm just thinking about the future. I don't need my kids being, like, tormented at school.
Like, the kids don't have to go to, like, regular school. They can just have homeschool, and we travel all the time on our private jets.
I'm not superficial. Like, the private jets.
I mean, it's not really superficial. It's just
really
we don't have to go to the airport with, like, regular people and, like, stand in line 3 hours earlier.
Yeah, I actually have to go.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I don't know how these guys stay on these podcasts and talk to these airhead slurs. And she said, we don't have to be in the airport with regular people. I'm telling you, if a woman is attractive or she thinks she's attractive, she literally thinks she's a superior being better than 90% of people. Or if she's making a little bit of money, making some OF money, she literally thinks she's Oprah. Because she makes $10,000 a month showing her bunghole. A lot of men actually think about the future and they consider all the implications of their decisions. You see, this guy brought up, his young ones being tormented at school. None of these OF chicks are thinking about that. They're thinking about all the short-term money and attention they're getting. They're not decent human beings. All they care about is attention and status.
Is there anything worse than when someone asks you what your hobbies are and you're like, what? Like, you could give me 24 hours notice to answer that question. I would still come back with nothing because I'm a loser. In fact, the only reason I think about getting hobbies is so that I have a f***ing answer to that question. Because it's pathetic.
Their hobbies are putting on makeup, trying to get attention, and gossiping about a bunch of nothing, and watching reality TV shows. I pretty much covered 80% of the women in America, right there.
I do think you're onto something.
They need a man to come in so they can build a personality off of.
Not all, but most.
Okay, so I don't know which one of you's alerted the media. The Real Toronto News account on Twitter. But apparently I was the main focal point. And if you don't know what video I'm talking about, I will put a screenshot right here. This one, okay, I'll give you a second to read it. Delicious, yum. Yeah, that was a haha moment. That was a LOL. That was a joke. Okay? I did have a rough day in the office. I had a really rough time. An old woman did yell at me because I think she was close to death. Why blame me, But it's just a joke, and now I'm just... Why? And look at my face! That's uglier than Kim K. I'm pissed.
It wasn't a joke. Women do not want to work for 65 years and pay bills themselves for their whole life. Not one okay, I'm not going to say not one woman. 90% of women don't want to do it. Period.
That is a scientific fact.
All these idiot chicks posting these things on the internet, they don't realize the internet is forever, or maybe they're not thinking about it. A lot of this stuff is going to stick with them for the rest of their lives, and they're on the internet talking about their bedroom fun life and all that. Despicable things they've done to people in the past. They don't realize that some of those videos could be the reason why she don't get a job one day. Or more importantly, a reason why she never gets a man.
Honestly, I feel like I'm in denial sometimes and I can't accept some of the things that I've done.
Yeah, I don't normally talk to niggas, but this needs to be said. For all the girls who don't go anywhere. And where you're trying to find cute, hot, sexy men in their trucks. You spot us. So why you speed away? How am I supposed to give you my number when you speed off? Like I'm gonna come chase you in my Camry. They just roll black coal in my face. Like.
Nobody's thinking about you. Nobody cares. They have lives. They don't need the trouble. They don't need the problems. They don't need the stress. Men are starting to realize how pathetic you guys are despite how cute you may look. And I can tell you hit the wall. You look like you're post 30. You had your time to lock down a guy. And you notice she said, where are all the sexy, super cute guys? They only want dudes who look like movie stars. They only want dudes who drive nice trucks. They only want dudes with charismatic bad boy attitudes. Even though those are the guys who are the most likely to do them dirty and F them over. A woman being superficial and shallow will curse her for the rest of her life. Women are the worst in the world at picking a decent mate. They're the worst. And by the time a moderately attractive woman has to depend on guys in traffic stopping and talking to her so she can get a mate, She is complete at that point.
Oh, that was uncalled for.
People are probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but pretty girls hang out with pretty girls because you can't take ugly girls places. It's a hard truth, but it's a thing. And if you're considered beautiful by society's standards, you are going to get more opportunities to do things that are outside of the ordinary. This video is not to bash anyone. It's just, it is what it is. It may not be fair, but it's the truth.
I'm not going to talk about her nose, and I'm not going to talk about the fact that she's a 4 at best. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not even going to bring it up. But I am going to bring up that you're delusional and you're a horrible person for talking like this. And whatever privilege you're getting, I don't know. I guess you got long hair and you're not fat. So in America, that is looked at as something amazing. I'm sure if you asked her what she thinks she is, she would say a 10. But God bless her. That's all I'm going to say. Bless her heart.
So this lady wrote into this Market Watch website, and she wrote to the editor. She said, I want to meet someone rich. Is that so wrong? I'm 46, earn $210,000, and own a $700,000 home. I'm tired of dating losers. She said, I see wealth as a sign that someone is ambitious and aims high.
46 years old and still don't got a man. Couldn't keep a man for 26 years. And you're calling somebody a loser?
You women are horrible.
Maybe you could take some of that $210,000 off the bank to keep you warm at night in that $700,000 home. Because I highly doubt you getting a man, especially by the time that articles are being written on how pathetic you are in the dating market. Anybody with half a brain know who the real loser is.
She said, Dear Q, I've reached a point in my life where I want to settle down, but I recently had a disagreement with a friend about my priorities, and I would appreciate your perspective. I'm 46. Hold on. Let me stop you right there. You had 46 years to decide if you want to quote unquote settle down. Okay, guys, don't believe this. All right. Back when she was probably 17, 18 years old, okay, she was likely propositioned multiple times by appropriate men.
Facts. Facts. Can you imagine how many slongs have been in that meat purse in a span of 3 decades? Ugh, give me the heebie-jeebies.
And she turned them all down. All because, why? Well, she probably wanted to play her cards differently back then. So now at 46 years old, and she's tired of, dating losers or what she thinks are losers, now she wants to find somebody with ambition. Question, why the hell does it matter at that point? Okay, you're rich. You earn $200,000 a freaking year. You could literally be a millionaire in 10 years or less. And you're already living in a $700,000 home. Who gives a shit? All right, you could probably get some guy off the street,
nope,
have him come over twice a week, give you some, please you, and send him on his way. Like, what difference does it make if the guy has a job or anything going for him for that matter? I mean, so what? Women think so differently than men, because I'm only thinking from my perspective. What would I do if I was a multimillionaire? I wouldn't give a shit. I would not give 2 shits about what my partner does for a living, or even if she even had a job. It just wouldn't matter. All right, so the editor replied, and he said, or she, I don't know, he or she, he said, Dear single, if you objectify someone for earning less than your annual salary, be prepared for an even wealthier person to do the same to you.
And you know what? We're going to end it on that note, because I couldn't have said it better myself.
You shouldn't say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.